Now, one of the main themes of July 2024 is that we're going to see 3 planets move into Leo and then immediately oppose Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. This happens first with Mercury entering Leo July 2nd, Venus entering Leo July 11th, and then the Sun entering Leo July 22nd. Now, I was going to just give you some information about how this energy plays out, which I'm always happy to talk about on my podcast. But as I started to sit down and do this, I started just getting all of these downloads about how I saw the energy. And what it feels like is that with this being strong energy within weeks of each other, working with Mercury, Venus, and the Sun. So working with third eye, throat, heart, and solar plexus parts of ourselves, there is a cracking open of energy that at first feels like a weakness, but it's actually an awakening. It feels like a weakness because the Leo energy is fixed fire. It's a fixed sign. So there's something you've already established it, and you've been operating off of a reliable energy source that's now cracking. And the cracking is very uncomfortable. It's destructive, which is what the opposition from Pluto feels like. But that destruction, like I kept seeing it as this energy cracking open, but it's opening up into cosmic consciousness. And it feels like with that Pluto in Aquarius energy, it's like beaming in. I kept seeing the universe. I kept seeing the universe consciousness, like new stars forming. And so there's this energy that's busting through, cracking something open, which feels like it's breaking it, it's weakening it. But the energy from Pluto in Aquarius is like bringing in higher cosmic consciousness to create something in a new form, in a new way, with new materials, new inspiration. And I just kept seeing that visual of like busting open the heart, the mind, the solar plexus, and then all these stars, like a new understanding of the energy of the cosmos inside. Going back to the fact that the fixed signs are about having a reliable life force, like the stability, this is what I do, this is who I am. This is the energy that can be very resistant to change, can be very stubborn. In Leo, there can be a lot of pride, a lot of strength, a lot of sense of I'm not gonna change, this is who I am. And all of those are strengths, but anything that gets to be too exaggerated can be a weakness. It's like having too much pride is a weakness. Being too stubborn is a weakness. Like you begin working against the natural flows of life that actually want to support you. Now, Pluto oppositions are very difficult. They're life-changing. There's parts of this part of your chart, you're never gonna go back to this. Your Leo energies are changing permanently with this opposition. And that's right on time. There's also something here that because it feels so destructive and destabilizing, it brings up all the fears. But I feel like in July, there's something about a new creative life force coming through. And it's wacky and wild and different, and you're not even going to understand it or see it clearly right away. And there's something here too where that alone can be so scary. Because like, where is this going? What's going to happen next? Is everything burning to the ground? Is everything being destroyed? There's a definite feeling of, a loss of life force, a death, a very deep death. But there's something beautiful in that. There's something to be honored in that, because that's where you then begin again. And that's also where the energy ramps up. Now, when I see this energy of July coming in and applying that force to Leo energies at 0 and 1 degrees. So Mercury gets there, again, Venus, and then the sun. It's 3 layers of your energy, right? Because it's 3 planets. And it's happening in those degree points in your chart. So 0 and 1 degrees of Leo and 0 and 1 degrees of Aquarius is where that push-pull is happening. It's where the energy is heightened and intense, and there's pressure. And it's where Pluto wins. Pluto wins. So it feels like the ego loses. This is such a big part of the hero's journey and the heroine's journey, where it's like, okay, now what? You lost something about who you are, what you want, what the vision was, where you were standing strong, where you were standing in your power. And now this opposition from Pluto is bringing up for you the ability to dig deeper, access new resources, not try to force anything, and to know that like what you think you're losing or have lost is meant to leave anyways, because you're going to recreate something that will be even better, truer, stronger. But July just has this big energy of intense creative change. So keep in mind that people are going to be moving through this in a very different way. These are ego deaths. These are things not panning out, not coming through, not working. There can be the outburst and the anger, which is true for each fire sign. But with Pluto, it's a long-term journey. So there's something about July that is pivotal as a turning point into what you're going to recreate next. And know that it's right on time. It's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be easy, but it will pay off. And again, I feel it as like these streams of cosmic consciousness coming through that give you new, brilliant insights.